Hello, everybody. This is lesson 5 of chapter 3. Again, it is on common suffixes. Let's see page 43 in your books. The first suffix here is oma, and you have come across this in chapter 2. It means tumor or mass. And the tumor here, sometimes it is harmful. When it is harmful, it is cancerous. We call it malignant. But if it is not harmful, it is a tumor, but it is not cancerous, we call it benign. All right? Maybe we will come across that later. So the first term here, adenocarcinoma or adenocarcinoma. You remember adin here or adn? Both are acceptable. So here we have two roots. Adin, which means gland, and you have taken this. Carcin means cancer. So here when we say cancer, this means it is harmful, cancerous. Now the meaning, you see, cancerous tumor. So here it is harmful, cancer, cancerous tumor of a gland. Adenoma or adenoma. Again, aden means gland, and oma, tumor or mass, tumor of a gland. Osteoma, now you are familiar with that, it means bone. The meaning, tumor of bone. Remember, we start with the meaning of the suffix. The last one here, hematoma. And hemat, again, you are familiar with this. It is blood. So mass or collection of blood outside a blood vessel, or we call it bruise. Now, what does this mean? This means if a person is hit, let's say with something solid, a wall or a stick or something solid, inside, under the skin, the blood vessels break and damage. Some of them get damaged. When they get damaged, blood comes out from these blood vessels, but this blood doesn't go out because the skin is covering it. And that's why sometimes you see the bluish color, the skin becomes blue. All right? So this is what is meant by mass collection of blood. The blood collects under the skin, but it is outside the blood vessels. All right? So that's why the color of the skin sometimes becomes blue. And we call this bruise also. Now let's see the pronunciation.
Adenocarcinoma. Adenocarcinoma. Adenoma or adenoma. Adenoma or adenoma. Osteomas. Osteomas.
Hematoma. Hematoma.
Now the next suffix here we have osis. Osis means abnormal condition. When we say abnormal, something that is not normal. All right? Abnormal, this is not normal condition. When there is a disease, for example. Now the first term here, nephrosis. Nephr is a root which means kidney, and osis, abnormal condition. The meaning, we have to start with the suffix, as you know. abnormal condition of the kidney. And here when we say abnormal condition of the kidney, it means that the kidney is not working properly. There is a problem, there is a disease. All right, let's see the pronunciation.
Nephrosis. Nephrosis. Nephrosis.
The next suffix is pathy. Pathy means disease. Now, the first term, nephropathy. Now, nephr, we have taken it in the previous slide. It means kidney, nephr. And pathy, disease, so disease of the kidney. Neuropathy, now you are familiar with it. We have taken it in the first chapter. It means nerve. And pathy, disease, so disease of the nerve. Let's see the pronunciation.
Nephropathy. Nephropathy.
Neuropathy. Neuropathy.
The next suffix is phobia, and it means fear. And maybe you have heard this even in Arabic. Sometimes some people use it, the word phobia. All right, it means fear. Now, acrophobia. Acro means top or heights, something that is very high. Some people have this kind of fear. They are afraid of heights. They don't like to go on top of buildings or very high towers or trees. All right. So we say they have acrophobia. So acrophobia means fear of heights. Let's see the pronunciation.
Acrophobia. 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 Acrophobia.
The next suffix is plasty. Plasty means surgical reconstruction, repairing something. But this is related to surgery, surgical reconstruction. Now, the first one, rhinoplasty. Rhine means nose, and you have taken this in chapter 2. And plasty, surgical reconstruction or repair. Now, what is the meaning of the term? Surgical reconstruction of the nose. Or sometimes we say nose job. Nose job instead of saying surgical reconstruction of the nose. Now, what does this mean? Sometimes people have problems in their noses. For example, they are big, or they maybe experience some kind of accident and there is some problem with their nose. They want to repair it to make it look, let's say, beautiful or normal, let's say. Okay, so they have to go under surgery. This kind of surgery is called rhinoplasty. Repairing the nose, in other words, repairing the nose, surgical reconstruction of the nose. Arthroplasty, again, arthro, now you are familiar with this, it means joint. Arthroplasty means surgical reconstruction of a joint. And this actually happens maybe very often among football players or let's say athletes in general, those who have, you know, some activities related to sports. All right. They might have accidents and they have maybe problems with their joints. So they need some kind of repair for their joints. In this case, we say surgical reconstruction of a joint. The pronunciation.
Rhinoplasty. Rhinoplasty.
Arthroplasty. Arthroplasty.